We're live.
Good time zone, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals. I hope that everyone here is having a great and wonderful day. Meanwhile, welcome to City of the Saint, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 playthrough taking place in modern-day San Francisco. Or is it modern-day San Francisco? For this evening time zone, we will be presenting various scenes from the past and of our kindred group, either as mortals or as kindred. As a reminder, Vampire the Masquerade V5 is a mature storytelling game, and therefore viewer discretion is advised. My name's Michelle C. Light, and the C stands for Can You Feel the Embrace Tonight?
Oh gosh.
You can find me. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle C. Light, where interesting story things are present. Moving right along in our intro.
Lovely. Hi everyone, I'm Beck. I'll be playing Karolina Zborowska, the Polish Malkavian of the Coterie. You can find me on Twitter at ZytePoltergeist. You can find me on Twitch at Zyte_Poltergeist, where we play RPG games, variety games. We have VTM Dark Ages every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Time, and I will be starting a series of one-shots soon as well. More to come in regards to that. But yeah, that's me.
Next up is me. I am Rina, playing as Antonetta Giovanni. I have another VTM game that is every Wednesday, 7 p.m. PST, called Call of the Abyss. So if you are interested in more Vampire the Masquerade actual plays, just keep on subscribing on my channel. That said, we have Monday Minecraft days, so if you want to have free reign in our Minecraft Realm server, just subscribe to this channel as well. Tuesdays we've got RE Village. Wednesdays we've got games with Becca, hopefully. Getting drunk and all that jazz. And yeah, of course, every Thursdays we've got City of the Saint. You can find me on Twitter, and we got casting calls still up for people interested in joining us a bot game called Cradle of Cain. And next up,
hello, I am Reese the Northern Shaman, and you can find me at Reese Northern Shaman, or Northern Shaman on Twitter, and currently every Saturday I have been streaming for at least an hour, 2 hours, Mass Effect Legendary Collection. And we are getting close to the suicide mission. And now I will pass it on.
Yes, good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. My name is Sean. I play the Aussie blue-collar bruiser known as Kevin Morse. Myself, you can find me at Sean Meets John on Twitter. And you can also see me on a monthly Cyberpunk Red stream over at Cyberpunk Uncensored, also on Twitch. But otherwise, I am a part of a Adelaide collective of actors and directors called Baby Beard Media, and predominantly of which we run a podcast called Roll to Cast, ROLE, where we play a different tabletop game every season with original story, original music, and chief of interest to some of you here, our season 2 was Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition, which is where this boy, Kevin, first made his debut, so to speak. So if you want to get an insight, not only today, but like a very prolonged prequel of Kevin, that entire season deals with that. And we're currently doing Kids on Bikes is our season as of present, and that is myself.
So, the four of you are currently experiencing a very long car ride back to the scene of the crime. A lot of time to pass between the four of you. You're unaware of which one of you brought it up, or which one of you brought the idea into everyone's heads, but each of you starts to remember a scene from your past. A scene we're going to go into more depth here, starting with Antonetta Giovanni. Or at least before she was a Giovanni. Having been adopted into the family by those who practice necromancy. Am I still audible? Cool. Someone else said. So, Antonetta, when did the gift of necromancy first appear itself to you?
Well, I wasn't really aware of it before until one of my family members opened the closet and showed me some of the skeletons in there, so to speak. It was in the early 1800s. And I was still just a young girl.
Mm-hmm. And knowing what you know now about how wraiths and spirits, how they are mostly a malevolent force, how did that make you feel back then?
I was scared. I was terrified. Because you've heard stories, and if there is life beyond death, then it's unnatural. It means you're cursed.
And did you confide this in anyone?
I confided it with my special someone before, in secret, of course. But in confiding in her, she lost her life.
Mm-hmm. And did you ever attempt to commune with her spirit?
When I was first embraced, yes, I tried so hard. But it's like she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to answer my calls.
So, before your embrace, during your time in the Giovanni household, you were brought in by the family despite not being directly related to them, for your gifts of necromancy, for your abilities to perceive things beyond death even as a mortal, and even more strongly, as a fledgling ghoul. Your master or sire, ghouls have different ways in which they like to refer to the person who blooded them. How do you refer to them?
I refer to them as my savior. Because that's how they prefer to be called.
And how would you describe the way they treated you?
Horrendous. The Giovanni family is not exactly a merciful family, so to speak. They prefer to weed the weak from the strong.
And out of curiosity, but also for storyteller purposes, what are the pronouns your sire uses?
It's they, them.
Thank you. I'm also taking notes. So, one day, They make their way down the stairs, wearing a well-tailored suit that has shoulder pads that accentuate the length of their arms. It's perfectly tailored with a tucked cuff. A well-dressed pant leg with perfect seams rising all the way down from the floor to their hips. I almost forgot the word for hips. And they bring back with them a young man who's about your age. Antonetta.
Yes, my savior.
I have brought forth a cousin, and I do not simply have the means nor the time to show them the ropes of the estate.
You may leave it to me, my savior.
And behind them, almost like wanting to grab at their pant leg, but too afraid to, is this scared, shy. You can't really tell what their gender is because their hair is so messy around them. Their shirt is completely untucked. Their buttons are on in the wrong spots. Their pants are rolled up a bit. It looks like these pants were too long for them to begin with, and they're rolled up to allow them, and they don't even have socks or shoes. Hi.
I'm going to get on their eye level and go like, hey, hi. What's your name?
You're supposed to be my cousin, right?
Yes, we are cousins.
I'm Steven.
Steven.
My friends call me Steve.
Then I'll call you Steve too. Come on, let's get you cleaned up. And I hold out the hand.
And he takes it, and you don't know exactly how old he is. He is much younger than you, and he will grow to be older than you in time, but he will grow older than you after your embrace. And as you proceed to comb out his hair, and I'm assuming you take scissors to cut out the matted bits. He starts saying, Savior brought me in because they said that I could help, but I'm not sure how.
Well, I'm sure our savior has their reasons, as I'm giving him a new shirt. They must have reasons.
They did say that there's a party coming up, and it's for you. I'm supposed to take care of you, because that's what good cousins do. We take care of each other, right?
Yeah. We take care of each other. Did he say anything about the party?
Oh, they said it was celebratory. That it was like an anniversary almost. They gave me some money, and I went and bought things for it, and that was my first job. I bought things for the party. And I didn't take any of it, I swear.
No, don't worry. You did a great job. What did you buy?
Cutlery?
That's great. As soon as I finish making sure that he looks presentable, I'm going to take Steve's hand and show him around the estate.
And he looks at it wide-eyed. And he's just like, and points at various things and just extremes his delight at like finally having a roof over his head, being in the Giovanni Manor, the manor that would soon become yours in time. And he's just like, why do I hear screams from that door?
Well, our family deals with... They deal with bad people.
Like the bad type of people who get arrested, right?
Yeah, and they're usually possessed by evil things, so we have to do things to them to remove the bad spirit out of them.
That makes sense. But why are they screaming so loud?
Maybe they have a really evil spirit inside of them. Come on, let's go to the other side.
Okay. And he follows you, believing every word that you say about the bad people and the bad spirits. In time, you'll notice that Steve sometimes points things out that seem inconspicuous at first. Like, that vase is crying, and then a few days later, the vase would drop and hit the floor, spilling water all over the place. And you'll start to realize that Steve has an innate ability to sense danger.
You're one of
And
those
then the
people.
Huh? I'm sorry.
You're what we call gifted. Maybe that's why our savior brought you here.
I'm just really observant, cousin.
Well, it's-
Like, for example, he starts to lead you to a place in the manor that you've only been to a few times. And he points down at the carpet. And he's like, this place has a lot of sadness.
Why?
And the carpet's always clean. Not even hair or dirt or dust or anything. I'm never told to clean this room. Savior never tells me to clean this room. It's almost like it's always clean. But that wouldn't make sense. If people live here, their own hair should be there. And when Savior scolds me, their hands are so cold.
Savior is different from us.
Savior doesn't eat food with us either.
Yes, Savior is beyond needs that we have. We are imperfect beings, is what they call us.
Savior never goes out in the day. They remind me of monsters. Is Savior a monster?
No. Don't let them hear you say that, okay? Savior is different. Don't ever let him hear you say that they're a monster. Let's how about some cookies? Let's get you some biscuits downstairs.
With the tea?
Yeah, with the tea that you love.
And his face lights up and he is completely distracted by the biscuits and the tea. One night, Steve doesn't go to bed at the same time as you normally do. Steve doesn't go to bed that night, but it's also the night of your party. A dress has been laid out for you with a simple card that simply says, "Get ready." And how would you describe the dress you were embraced in?
It was like a wedding dress, but it's completely stained black. It was very beautiful.
And eventually you hear a knock at the door.
Yes.
The door opens and it is a woman with very pale skin, but lavender eyes and bright white hair, who simply says, "Oh, is that you, dear?"
Yes.
"Oh, let me take a look at you." And she moves forward. And she, lifts your chin up, takes a look at your face and your complexion. She's like, "Oh, complexion's flawless. Eyes, like a darling. Oh, you are going to make the most perfect granddaughter."
Thank you.
Now, I hope my child has been treating you well.
They have been?
Ah, yes, indeed, indeed. And their hands are cold to the touch. Their features are cold to you. But it seems as if they are really trying to project this air of being a loving grandparent to you. Now, don't you worry about that cousin of yours. He's out for tonight. But we have guests who are waiting for you.
It's better not to keep them waiting.
Royalty is never late. Everyone else is simply early. And she leads you away to the party. There are two major moments in the timeline of a Giovanni. The time that they are chosen to be a ghoul and to live for many, many years under the servitude of a master, and the night they have been selected to receive the kiss. Human members of the Giovanni family are aware of what this entails. And the ghoul members can only hope but attain the status that has been bestowed upon you tonight. And the music starts playing. It's an eleganza. It's grace and elegance and poise, best behavior upon everyone, especially the other ghouls. But the embrace, what others have called the kiss in whispers and rumors and secrets, is a painful experience. And as you feel your life drained away, and as the darkness creeps upon you, slowly, 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 you begin to feel yourself awaken to something new. The true powers of necromancy, as oblivion begins to take a hold of you. You start to see things much more clearly in the night. Things that wish to haunt you. Your family being present there do nothing but lend a cold shoulder to you. throughout this painful process. It is only until a few nights later you awake. It is cold. It is cramped. It is dark.
Where am I?
As you go to reach around you, you feel nothing but walls surrounding you.
Where the fuck am I?
And as you push against the wall in front of you, you hear a creak. And the lid to the coffin you were placed in opens. You are in a basement. Things around you have turned to ash.
I
You
climb out of the coffin. Where am I?
You recognize this as part of the basement to the Giovanni Manor.
I've never been to this part of this basement, though.
No, you have not. And as you look around and see the ashes, you recognize pieces of clothing from your family. That nice woman who came to you before your party. You recognize the brooch she wore. Various members, not all of them, quite a few members of the Giovanni survived the incident. And as you start to look around, suddenly you hear a knock at the door.
Who is it?
Hey, cousin, it's me. I heard screaming.
Steve? I hurriedly open the door.
And he runs in and gives you a hug. He goes, I felt something was off, so I asked not to go to the party, and I'm so sorry. I should have been there to protect you.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Just... What happened? What happened in the party?
All I remember was that there was these people who came in and they had like pieces of the fence, wooden pieces of the fence, and they started attacking people, and they called everyone monsters and heathens. A lot of people got out though. I opened up the access tunnels, and
Yeah, you did a great job. You did a great job, Steve. You did a great job. Who are the others?
I don't know. Everyone who got out could. I got Savior out. Savior got some people out. I don't know what's going on, Antonetta.
All right. Let's come on. Deep breath. I'm here.
You realize that you don't need to breathe anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to do anymore.
Don't.
Savior's not here. Savior was the one who was giving me my medicine.
Well. Do you know where they went?
They didn't tell me. They said I should stay behind like the mongrel I am.
Bastard. Come on, let's find your medicine, okay?
Mm-hmm. And as you two search the manor together, you will come to realize that eventually this place becomes haunted by those very same Giovanni that perished that night. The woman with the ink trailing from her fingers, and her hair resembling your dear grandmother. Various members of the Giovanni clan, the twins, who were super ecstatic to be there for you, reborn as wraiths to haunt the very manor you, as the last Giovanni who stayed, have inherited. This is the story of the Giovanni Manor in San Francisco, the place of Antonetta's embrace and home to the Giovanni wraiths. That rhymed and I didn't intend it to, and I love it. And as Steve frantically looks around the manor looking for the medicine, eventually you two come across one of the paintings that Steve had pointed out before. And he goes, "The painting's crooked."
I tried to write up the painting. This one?
Mm-hmm. And as you do, something clicks. All of a sudden you hear, and a little door opens. It's very small, about the size of a bread box.
I open.
And inside of it is simply some papers. Essentially the key to the Giovanni fortune that you've inherited as the last surviving member of the Giovanni clan still residing in this house. You can tell that there is some stuff that was stolen from here, but not the deed to the house, not the way to access the money in the vaults. It seems whatever was stolen from here, taken from what should have been rightfully yours, was stolen on the way out by your sire.
Bastard, I swear. Come on, Steve, let's find your medicine.
Do you just want to roll 5 dice for me? But they're all hunger.
Oh no.
Do you want to be newly embraced?
1, 2, 3. I got 3 successes.
Okay. I wanted to see how bad this would go. But you had been fed, like, wow, I lost words. Okay. Steve had been smart enough to have brought you blood while you were in there, while you were frenzying in the coffin. But your senses still sensed there was blood in the house. And something almost drew you to it, because the same blood that is currently flowing through your veins, the bond you have with your sire, your savior, led you to where they kept, in a room barred from all sunlight, vials of their own blood.
Seriously, Savior. I'm not going to obviously let Steve see where the room is. But I'm gonna go in there and quench my hunger.
And as you do, you start to feel the pulls of necromancy, the tinge of lack of emotion, the resonance being none. As your bond with your sire grows due to the consumption of their blood, your savior starts to feel less and less like a kindred and more like a god.
They must have a reason for leaving us. And so after quenching my thirst, I will go back to Steve and help him look for his medicine.
Mm-hmm. And Steven continues to look around in places that would seem fairly obvious for, I'd say he's about 15 at right now. And as he looks in the medicine cabinets, in drawers, in pantries, he's like, I don't see it anywhere. It doesn't seem to be anywhere here.
Alright, let's calm down. Hey, Steve, you trust me?
Of course, cousin. We always have to protect each other.
You know that I would never do anything to hurt you, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I know a way that you won't need the medicine for a while, but it would mean that you would grow really, really slowly.
I mean, I've already been doing that. I mean, I can only count like 3 hairs on my chest. I've named one of them Carl.
Well, that would...
Figured that'd make you laugh, cuz you need that every once in a while, you know that, right?
Yeah, but there's not much things for me to laugh at nowadays.
I'm sure we'll find my medicine. It's not like anyone else could have used it, right? I mean, I don't think anyone else uses it.
No, but they could have just taken it to make you suffer.
Then they must have a reason for it, right? Right, Savior would have a reason for this. To take away the medicine that made me feel, like, better. Like, sometimes they would have me go out at night and do these dangerous things, and if I got hurt, it would make me feel better.
Savior has their reasons, but if you want, you can take some of my blood and it would make you feel better and it would keep you safe.
We've got to look out for each other, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 of us left now. We only have each other.
Right. Well, we've only got each other. I'll do it, and I'll keep you safe, just like you can keep me safe. I'll stay up in the day, and I'll watch out for you.
And I'll watch over you in the nights. So we got each other's back, right? Promise?
And I'll drink plenty of the Earl Grey tea, all the caffeinated tea, and I'll stay up late with you too.
No, you need sleep. You need sleep.
Pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
And he wraps his pinky around you. Steve continued to be in your faithful service, rotating out of your guard every once in a while to not arouse any suspicion. Eventually, throughout the years, and as he grew to a much older gentleman, he did do his best to protect you during the day. Unfortunately, Steve's biggest regret comes from the one night he wasn't able to protect you as well as he should. But we'll get to that in a moment. Carolina.
Yes.
We are going to revisit a memory from your past. Very similar event. Now, the Malkavian embrace is a bit different than the normal kindred embrace. But
Yes.
in the city streets of San Francisco, having recently departed Poland to try to find opportunity here. It's not every day that a case falls into your lap.
No.
And this case fell into your lap in a strange twist of events. A family notorious for being members of the underground of San Francisco, the Giovanni family. All but one of their members suddenly disappeared overnight.
It's too bizarre to be a coincidence, and not many people know that this family even exists. I am one of the few who does, so it is my obligation to find out what happened here.
And in the moments that you recall in your brain, you recall one member of the Giovanni family who always seemed to tease you a bit when they would go out and about with their doings in the day. Someone who almost was considered very, very close to the family despite the fact that they were adopted. You remember Antonetta?
We met often. Well, we meet often for drinks, although she never buys anything for herself, and she feeds me information about her family to help with my investigations of the underground, which seemed odd to me forever, but she does it regardless.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to roll for me 5 dice? And they are not hunger dice because you are mortal right now, but just roll for me 5 dice and we'll see how this goes.
Certainly.
I just want to see how much information I can feed you.
I got 3 successes also.
So, as you go through your papers and your research, you realize that there were several other families connected to the Giovanni family. Families that could easily have wanted the Giovanni family out of the way.
The mafia in this city is sprawling with different families who take care of different territories. So this kind of thing, especially in the age of prohibition in America, is not exactly surprising, yet for so many of them to disappear, it must have been one hell of a gang war that nobody seems to even know about or give second thought. It's extremely suspicious.
Do you confide in anyone about this?
I do. I have one friend who knows as much about this investigation as I. He is my partner in the force. He is a Jewish man who came here to escape from Europe. His name is Eli. He is my brawn, and I'm the brains.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to let you decide the fate of Eli.
Eli, after my embrace, he disappeared for some time, but he reappeared to me 5 years later, and I ghouled him then, having been initiated into kindred life, and he is still my ghoul to this day. Night.
And so, at first, he's just like, no. That family there is just a myth. I don't even know where you got the name Giovanni from, but that name there is just a myth. Nobody, they're just like the ghost story of mafia families, you know? The thing that you tell your kids so they go to bed.
I mean, everybody says the same thing, but I meet with one of them on a monthly basis, and she helps me. That can't be a coincidence, and everything that she's told me so far has come to light. So I need to go there and see what's going on.
Now, I know what you're probably gonna ask. You're probably gonna ask if you want me to come with you, right?
Well, yes. That goes without saying.
You know, if we end up getting, you might need to get checked down at the loony bin at some point there.
Well, how about we make a deal? If we go there and there's nothing there and the Giovanni family doesn't exist, then I will admit myself. Then, if I'm right, you owe me $50.
$50? You know what a guy like me can get in this day and age with $50?
Yes, I
pop you
do,
a
which is why
Lincoln.
I'm asking you for it.
I'll pop you a Lincoln, that's all.
All right.
$50. $50. You know, I could buy myself a nice fridge with $50.
You've already got one. It doesn't make any
I could
sense.
buy myself a nicer icebox.
Well, better hope that you're right then.
Okay, fine. 2 Lincolns.
All right. That works. Deal.
I'll pull the car around.
Yes. Even though it's the middle of the night, there won't be as many people around, so we can... It'll be easier.
And as you make the drive up to the address that Antonetta has told you in the past would be where you can find her, you start to see shadows creep in. The headlights of the vehicle start to flicker, and the headlights go dead. And as you continue to be driven across the road, he's just like, son of a... It's not... I can't get the headlights working. Must be a wire loose somewhere.
Are you convinced yet? There's something not right about this place. Something egging away at my mind.
Well, I can keep trying to make the trek here, but I don't want to be crashing into any bears while we're out here. They kept the San Franciscan bears.
Well, those gates look pretty imposing. I don't think there'd be any bears that could get over them.
Been hearing stories about some giant wolves the other day. Another one of those ghost stories.
Don't make me more terrified than I already am, please.
You were the kind of kiddo that got nightmares reading the comics there, did you?
Yeah, you don't need to remind me. You know, in Europe, the comic books are so much more harrowing. In America, they're all about, patriotism and this sort of big image of the American man. It's completely different where I come from. You have no idea.
Wasn't there, but anyway, it looks like this might be the end of the road. And it's just, as you pass the gates, it just looks like darkness in the woods.
This place is so ostentatious and so like Antonetta that I am completely spooked by the way that everything seems to be going wrong as we approach, but not exactly surprised that the place is like this.
And then, as he puts the car into a stop, puts on the parking brake, and gets out, he's like, I think this might be the end of where we can drive.
All right, let's go on foot then. I'm set on this, and like I said, if I'm wrong, then I'll get myself checked out, because I have been dragging you around to these places for a long time, and it's hit or miss, I know, as it's always been, but I'm convinced about this one.
Well, we just gotta hope for the best, I guess. And he takes out some lanterns from the back of the vehicle.
Yeah, good idea. Give me one of those.
He hands it on over, and he's just like, oh, can't imagine what anyone would be doing at a place like this at a time like this.
Which is why it's better that we're here now, not during the day, when all those kids come by and try to throw stones at the walls and see if there really are ghosts inside.
You've been sticking this place out for a while, haven't you?
Yes, for the past 2 years, actually.
And as he goes and he approaches the building with the lantern, he then touches the wall of the estate. He's like, look, I'm touching it.
How does it feel?
Like stone. No spooky, scary Giovanni.
I'm not convinced. We need to go inside. Especially if there's no one left, then this place will be entirely empty.
Yo, I don't know about you, kiddo, but I don't have a warrant for this.
Does anybody have a warrant for anything these nights?
Your funeral. And he walks up with you.
You can tell them it was my idea if they catch us.
Ugh. They really think they're gonna get you in trouble with this. You know, the only person who's gonna get in trouble is me.
I'll stick up for you, Eli. I always have.
If it was a different time there, maybe. But we're in our time now.
Why do you think you're still in the job?
And he goes and he takes some tools from his belt pocket. And he goes to see if the door is locked. But it's not. It just...
All right. A place like this and the door isn't locked.
Well, we're not breaking and entering now, we're just entering.
Yeah. That makes it a little bit easier on us if things come to light. Let's go. I'm interested to see what's inside.
And as you both enter, your footsteps start to echo around the hallway. You start to hear dripping from the ceiling. There are no lights on. Feels abandoned.
Why would she tell me to come here? There's nobody here. Surely if they all disappeared just last night, then they can't have gone anywhere far or anywhere at all. We need to search for if there are any people here or any bodies. I will search up and down the stairs, the entire place, to see if I can find anybody.
Unfortunately, for a mortal like yourself, you're unable to discern where to find the entrance to the secret basement that is currently hosting Antonetta's body and the ashes of her fellow family. Antonetta's in a peaceful, torpor-like state that you're unable to find. And as you continue to explore, look at the paintings, and sometimes you would look at a painting and then you'd look again and the face would change. Other times you would swear you heard someone behind you, despite the fact that Elijah is in front of you. Laya is in front of you.
Are you hearing that?
I got no idea what you're talking about there.
I can hear someone or something closing here.
And at your genuine concern, he pushes. He does this very gently, but he gently pushes you behind him, so he's in front of you, and he looks around. He's just like, I don't see anything here.
Maybe you were right. Maybe I'm just fucking crazy.
No, they're just looking at everything. Place does look a bit abandoned, but it looks like some people have been here recently.
Is there anything around the place, trinkets, objects that indicate that there were people here recently?
You can look in the fireplace to see that the embers still hold just the tiniest spark of warmth. It's very faint.
It's so strange that they all disappeared so quickly, but...
Or, some kids broke in, started the fire up, slept here overnight.
You're probably right. That's probably just some stupid teenagers, gang members that have tried to rob the place and are scurrying around upstairs. Should we go and find them and bring them in, do you think?
Nah. Thinking like that sometimes might get you killed. Probably just some homeless kids.
We need to go and see if they're up to no good. Since we're here, we don't want to make this trip entirely a waste of our time. And if there are bad people here, we need to do our jobs.
We'll give this place one more thorough search, and then we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, fair enough. It's past your bedtime, Eli, I know.
Well, I gotta take my car in for repairs. The headlights are broken.
Yeah, good point. They are cracking down on stuff like that at the moment, it's true. Lots of stolen cars around and everything. Yes, one more search and then I will admit defeat.
Mm-hmm. And as you continue your search, head to toe, up and down, you do find one last little trinket. Just a tiniest piece of what appears to be a black lace dress. A scrap, a fragment, just a piece, but something that doesn't belong.
This is like something out of Tolstoy novel or something. Doesn't fit with the rest of the things lying around here. It's almost like it's been ripped away in a moment of in the moment of desperation or panic or struggle, I'm gonna take this back home with me and examine it more and see if I can find anything else, but we've seen everything that we can here. And I will leave with Eli. Sorry for dragging you out here, but...
Yeah, it's okay. You've obviously got something that makes you happy.
This is interesting. And I have at least one lead to go on that'll satiate my hunger for something that probably isn't there for some time longer, I suppose. It'll keep me off the streets, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do there.
Yeah, well, as I promised, drop me off at the doctor's on the way back to get your car checked, and I'll see if they can find anything that's wrong.
I'm gonna be dropping you off at your house first. You're gonna be getting a good night's sleep there.
I don't need it. I've got more important things to do.
Carolina. I would say don't make me tell your dad, but...
Yeah. That's a threat. If I ever heard one, I will.
You are a grown adult. You go get that sleep, and you will and I will stop by in the morning and check up on you. Then if you want to ride to the loony bin, I'll take you to the loony bin.
All right. Probably better to do that in a car that's not gonna get you a strike against your name. Good point.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna do it in the daytime when I don't need my fucking headlights.
Yeah, all right. You win again.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2.
I know that you'll be keeping score. Just, yeah.
And
Try
you've
not
only
to-
got me. You've only got me by like 23.
Well, yes, you are normally incredibly stubborn, but I guess that's coming from me. Yeah, let's go home. I am tired, actually.
And when you get home, rest does come easy to you. Your mind does race a little bit about the case that you're trying to solve. And as the bits of your, like the cogs in your brain just start to go, the sound of rain and falling as it starts to drip from the roof. It's quiet, peaceful, and you drift off. Cool. I did not know if you guys could hear the sink. So, eventually, daytime comes. And with daytime comes the usual day of work. As promised, Eli does come to visit you in the morning to check up on you. Has a little cup of coffee waiting for you in the front seat.
Thank you. Sort of, as I come out to the car, I'm like stuffing cornflakes into my mouth from a bowl, and I literally just leave it on the porch of my apartment and meet him in the car. Sorry, I only just woke up.
I get the feeling though. Rain did the road some good. Everything smells less like smoke.
Yes, that would have been one hell of a fire. At least it's passed by. It almost feels like everything has reset itself or something. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Well, another day on the grind, and what do you think? You want to head up to where do you want to head off to tonight?
I just need a drink. No, we're not
mean-
supposed to, but
I mean, hypothetically speaking, if you needed a drink and I knew a place where you could hypothetically get one, hypothetically, would you want to be dropped off at the location?
hypothetically, yes, I think so. I do need to buy some grape juice to have with my breakfast in the morning, if you catch my drift.
No, but I understand what you mean.
Okay, well, that's good enough for me.
And the workday goes by. Occasionally, papers get thrown onto your desk. A lot of it is just like copy work, like, hey, we need this form filled out 3 times. Or, hey, you got the typewriter, I need you to typewrite.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, make me a cup of coffee.
Yes, there's no muscle in my body that is more efficient than my fingers.
With the rampant of modern day workplace harassment, I am not going to talk about the prevalence of past day workplace harassment. Let's just say it's not a good time to be old.
No, and I'm fully aware of it, but do what I do regardless because it gets me paid and gets my family happy overseas. So it is something that I deal with.
And eventually, night draws to a close. Well, the day draws to a close and night starts to begin. Eli waits for you to get finished with whatever it is that you wish to finish your day with. And as he does, he's just like, hey, I'm ready to take you to the pharmacy.
Oh yes, thank you. Let's get going. My fingers are sore.
Mm-hmm. And he pulls out. You see that at some point he did get the headlights of his vehicle fixed. They are working as he drives to the night.
Yeah, quick job.
Had the wifey take it down to the mechanic.
Nice. I suppose the position has its perks sometimes.
Susan says hi, by the way.
Oh, tell her I said hi back. I hope she's going well with the kids and everything.
The kids are just starting up school soon.
Lovely.
She's been getting back into playing games. She's been trying to learn the new one, the mahjons. She's been playing with these 3 other women over at the community center.
I've heard about that. Apparently it's very good for the keeping the brain young, so I hear.
She's been taking a bit of spending money to gamble at the mahjong.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, sometimes she comes back with more than she spent, so we're good.
Well, that's a win in my book. Apparently it's very difficult, but... yes, I hope she's doing well.
Well, regardless, I think we're here. He
All right.
pulls over and he goes, we have a couple blocks of walking just to
Yeah.
not park right in front.
Hey, with last night, I'm sorry I dragged you all the way out there. It's kind of stupid of me, but...
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, Carolina. We're friends. We've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
It seemed very important to you. Sure, I'll rib you and give you a little shit for it, but we're friends. You help
Yeah.
take care of the kiddos from time to time.
Of course. Yeah. I like Elena, she's good. But, yeah, I won't drag you around creepy mansions at 3 a.m. in the morning next time. It's not
Yeah,
good for
wife
either
is-
of us.
Wife that was kind of upset that I got to bed so late. How
Yeah.
come you don't got someone with you? Sure, there's plenty of gentlemen lining up to take your hand.
I don't think so. It's something to do with my accent and something to do with the fact that I work in the place that I do. And yeah, I don't know, I haven't made it a priority yet, I suppose.
Yeah. Some men like a dominating woman. Depends on your taste.
Haven't met one of them yet, but we will see.
Anyway, and as he approaches the door, he knocks on it a little bit. A little slider opens, and it's just like, "Can I help you with something?" Yeah. I've got a little bit of a root canal treatment that needs a little bit of treatment. Got anything over the counter for that? Extra strength or prescription? Prescription based works best. Yeah. How's the dog doing? Poor fellow lost 3 legs in a horrible track and field accident. Goes, my condolences, and opens the door.
I'm not going to ask how you know about this place, Eli, but God bless you. Have a good evening.
And as the two of you walk in, the smell of cigarette smoke just... cigarettes and cigars being freshly cut.
My kind of place.
And
You're
you are
Batman.
led to a booth where eventually you are served some of your spicy grape juice.
Yeah. Thanks for this. Lovely. How much do I owe you?
I mean, I'll take 2 Lincolns.
It'll do.
I'm getting my spicy juice.
Yeah. On you.
Anyway, listen, I'm sorry for ribbing you and all about the Giovanni case.
No, it's fine. I was the one heading it. It's just a weird situation, and the fact that nobody knows about it makes it even...
You sure they're not pulling a prank on you? Like, the entire precinct pulling a prank on you?
Wouldn't be the first time it's happened, but I'm prepared to be humiliated even at the slightest chance that I'm right about something like this.
Well, anyway. And you see that he just takes another sip of his drink and he goes, I'm gonna go to the John.
All right.
You sit tight. And he seems to depart rather quickly, having to depart rather quickly.
Oh, poor man.
As eventually a woman approaches you. With brown hair, green eyes, brilliant smile. She's wearing these precisely perfect red shoes and an evening dress. She's just like, oh, is this seat taken?
No. All yours.
She sits down. So, heard you were talking about the Giovanni case.
Yes, actually. You speak as though you know something about it.
I just worry sometimes. That old place up the hill. Nobody ever goes there, nobody ever leaves.
Well, I went there and I left, if that makes you feel any better. Nothing really interesting there.
Nothing at all. It's odd.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I was convinced that there would be something that... sorry. My name's Carolina.
Dorothy. It's nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. Yes, I work for the police department and was scoping the place out. Can't say much more than that at the moment, but...
I wouldn't say the P word out here, because, you know.
True. I've never really been to a place like this before. I don't know much about. I'm new to this country, even the laws baffle me sometimes. Like, no drinking allowed. Where I come from, drinking is sacred.
The way that your brain skitters about, I like that.
Not many people do. How can you
Not
tell?
many people are like you.
I suppose I wear it on my sleeve a little bit, don't I?
Just a little.
Other people tell me the same thing. I think that's why I haven't been so lucky in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I get it too. Worlds often dark till you find your place.
Yes. Can I buy you a drink, perhaps?
I like that.
Just another one of these for my friend here, please.
And you see that throughout your entire conversation with her, she doesn't ever take a sip of her drink. She plays with it a little bit, but she never really drinks it.
That's fine.
She's far more enraptured in conversation with you, talking about minute things from the weather to how the pavements of the roads seem to be different sometimes.
Yes, and I will match her in all of these strange observations, as I too have made very similar ones myself. You come to this country and everything seems so lopsided and chaotic, and sometimes I hate it, but at other times it makes me feel more at home here than I ever was anywhere else.
Well, I guess it's the thrill of discovery that makes things feel more homely.
I suppose so. I thrive on discovery and learning and the opportunity for all of those things. I guess that's why I do what I do.
And somehow you've piqued the interest of the Giovanni.
What do you mean?
No. And she reaches out her hand as if she wants to take yours.
I will look into her green eyes and place my hand in hers.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see everything.
What do you mean? What do you see?
I am what some call a fortune teller.
Right. I've seen them at the markets. My partner tells me they're a bunch of hogwash, but I've always been interested in it myself.
The majority of them are, but those who know know.
Right.
Never married, so no kids. What a shame, what a shame. If you had a choice between a long life or a short one, which one would you pick?
I wouldn't pick a short life because there's so much that I need to do, that I need to make sure is done.
So you're someone who hates feeling unaccomplished. Someone who wants to feel like what they've done with their life is worth the life that they've lived.
Yes. I'm always chasing after drink to longevity, chasing after something, at least to make me feel like I'm doing the right thing, or at the very least that I am in control, at least, of myself. And the right thing.
And she leans in nice and close to your ear. What if I could offer you a deal?
What deal would that be? I like deals.
What if I can ensure you a longer life, but in exchange, you are forced to sacrifice a piece of yourself to chaos?
What piece of myself would that be?
Simply put, a piece of yourself that would no longer be in control, but would make for an exciting story.
If I have a life that is long enough that I can try to use this chaos that you speak of, harness it, channel it even, then yes, I'll take you up on it. It seems like a fair deal to me. I worry constantly that I'm going to be shot and killed in my next job, but if you can...
Don't worry. You're about to be shot and killed, right? And it's almost as if you could hear a pin drop. And then the sounds of gunfire in the establishment. A mafia breakout between two smaller families. And here you see Dorothy offer you her hand. And it's at almost a blinding speed, too fast for the two of you or anyone around you to recognize. She does, at some point you realize, leave a lock of your hair behind. The woman everyone knew as Carolina died that night in the gunfire. But the kindred, known as Carolina, was embraced that night by Dorothy, a member of Clan Malkavian. And indeed, a piece of yourself was sacrificed. A piece of yourself that hungers for human blood. A piece of yourself that would no longer be in control, just as Dorothy had foretold. As we are making our way back to Carolina, the embrace for you is as if your entire being is being shattered, but put back together. Just pieces fitting together. Some of them don't fit exactly the way you thought they were. But when you awaken, freshly embraced, Dorothy sitting there by your side to make sure you transition properly back.
I feel like I've woken up after sleeping for a year.
Getting a good night's sleep will do that to you once in a while.
What happened to me?
Your dad.
What? I feel as though I've been broken, put back together, and broken and put back together, and...
Oh, don't worry. It gets much worse.
Is there someone else in this room?
Sometimes, but not always. Oh, you meant now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Shit, maybe I really should have gone to the fucking lunatic asylum.
Oh no, I would have found you there too. I see things.
Yeah, you knew that they were going to start shooting each other.
Mm-hmm.
You really can perceive things, the future.
Mm-hmm. When I want to. Or when I don't. Or both.
I feel like I can't feel myself. I don't know what's going on. What? Why am I hungry? I literally just ate before.
That feeling never goes away either. The piece of yourself that you lose. You'll always be hungry. Unless you kill someone, but that's just sad. Do you want to kill someone? I can help you.
There are some people. Well, that's. Of course.
If you're gonna do it, I want your first time to be supervised.
There are people. There are always people, but I can't just do that. It's my job to bring them in and do the right thing and go through the proper processes. But there are people that.
It's good to see that part of you didn't break. And your sense of justice, your longing to belong. But now you don't belong anywhere. It's kind of tragic when you think about it. But perfect for you, right?
I never belonged anywhere. Anyway.
You know. You have an entire family out there. You'll find them at some point. But now those who seek in graves won't get you. You're mine now.
Okay. I could think of worse things. You're a lot nicer than my boss at work. Can I go back to work or?
No. It's best not to. But there's someone I could introduce you to. Someone you know already, but you'll meet them again as a different face.
I think I just...
What do you want?
I want to know everything about what's happened before I try my luck with anyone else. I fucking want to eat something. I can't stop thinking about it.
Let's see here. And she looks at you and she's just trying her best to look at you. Well, why don't I show you exactly who you could be?
Please, I feel entirely out of control at the moment, and I need to...
You'll feel like this a lot.
Okay. Please, show me.
And she takes your hand and she leads you to just gangplank room. But is another person in there. The person you could have sworn was also in the room at the same time as you, but they weren't there before. And she's like, this person right here is one of the criminals from your notes I stole.
Ah, yes. Mr. Country, I recognize his face from the photographs.
And Dorothy tilts his face up to be, and he's currently unconscious. Still alive, still breathing, but unconscious. He doesn't know where he is or who took him. But I wanted to see exactly where your sense of justice is.
He's
And
done so much.
And you, she takes her fingernail and just scratches his neck a little bit, are no longer human. You don't have to abide by human laws anymore.
It feels like she's done it 100 times before, but she grabs him with this newfound strength that she's never possessed. She's normally quite feeble physically, but now it's something completely different, and she, looking at the spot that her finger brushed on his throat, she sort of enters into a trance almost that she's never felt quite like this, and starts to feed from him.
And how much do you feed from him? Or how much do you desire to feed from him?
I think she, in this moment, in the thralls of hunger, as well as letting her perhaps somewhat warped sense of justice be known, I don't think she can stop. And she keeps going until the artery is empty and she sucks upon nothing anymore.
Dorothy looks at you and then looks at the body in your arms as he goes still, quiet, then limp. Carolina. It's okay. Everything's gonna be all right.
I've never killed somebody, but I feel good, and I can't bring myself to feel bad.
Lest this be a reminder. Remember the part of you I said would always want control? The part of you that would refuse to feel bad for what just happened. Don't worry, Carolina. I'm going to leave you with someone.
Okay.
Who's going to be a great friend to you.
All right.
And I'll always be there for you when you need it. You are my child now.
I shouldn't understand what you're saying yet. There's something that understands exactly what you mean.
There's a connection between us. Between all of those who are like us. And it's special. Don't let anyone else take away that special. That's the reason I picked you. I could have picked anyone.
All right. I feel it too. I feel like your voice resonates through my mind, like we're standing in a room with an echo, and all of your words sink into me like water sinks into a sponge, and they reverberate through me, and I feel close to you in a way that I can't explain.
It's in the blood. You'll feel like this for a while, and then it will fade. Those who create children have their children closely bound to them when closely created. But then the feeling will fade as you grow and mature as your own kindred. That's our word for what we are.
Kindred. Okay.
The humans would call us vampires.
She looks at the body at her feet. Okay.
Oh, I said humans, not corpses. Corpses
Right.
can't call us anything unless necromancy happens, which reminds me. When you see them, let them know that I got to you first. And laugh. And rejoice.
I don't know what you mean, but I feel like I will know what you mean.
I tend to say things that come true, and things that come true tend to be things I say.
All right. I can see that. I can feel it. I can hear it.
So, the words around you seem to echo. 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 Eventually you find yourself lost in thought, back in that vehicle, back transporting the four of you to where you are, and you see Antonetta is lost in thought a bit as well. And we're going to jump along the timeline a little bit to give Kevin a shot to reminisce about the past. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, hello.
Now tell me, what made you want to leave Australia and head to the Australian slang for America? I don't know what the Australian slang for America is.
Oh, up over. No.
You could have told me anything and I would have believed you.
Oh, I have that power. That's phenomenal. Oh, good old America will do. Not everything needs slang. A lot of things need slang, but not that. For Kevin. Oh, this is fun. For Kevin, the reason he had left Adelaide is that during his time in Adelaide, when he'd been embraced and when he'd gone through the learning process with his coterie he was given over to through the Camarilla, and they went through a situation in which they were introduced to the Sabbat and the Sabbat incursion into Adelaide. And that was kind of his first foray into, for lack of a better term, some of the fucked up shit that Kindred get into constantly. The fun part is that it was during that time, unbeknownst to the coterie, and unbeknownst to the Camarilla, that Kevin joined the Adelaide Anarch movement. And it was a scenario in which he initially had intended to break one of the traditions and kill his sire, but instead ended up joining him. And after witnessing the Sabbat in Adelaide and how it tore the city apart, he felt he needed a bit of an escape, just to go somewhere else and to be somewhere else, and to, in his mind, if he goes somewhere else, he can avoid a lot of messed up stuff. His sire, knowing completely well that sending him somewhere else will be good for him, but he's not going to be able to escape the problems that Kindred face. So for his sire, Taylor, he saw it as a way for Kevin to learn and grow, and for Kevin, he intends it as a way to have a vacation of sorts. So that is why he was stowed away on a ship to make his way stateside.
Mm-hmm. So, this is a story. I'm gonna play around with the little piece of backstory you just gave me. This is gonna be fun.
Also, sorry, just as a thing, one of my casual D&D players is watching this stream, and she has informed me, here's a term for you, Yanks.
Yanks.
There you go.
So, we got that little piece of humor out of the way. Now time for the emotional torture.
Fantastic.
So, this is a story of what happened on the ship heading in to San Francisco. The moon was high in the sky. This was both a passenger ship and a cargo ship. People could find cheap passage if they went this way. And cheap meant people looked the other way when strange things started to happen. It was at this moment that young Brew Kevin Morse awoke from his daily slumber. And the soft like the movement of the boat in the water, the waves crashing gently against the side as you start to rouse the blood to get yourself to awaken and stretch out from the cargo box you've been put into. You open the cargo box's door, and suddenly it's the scent of death and decay and despair as a second ship starts to pull up next to yours. You can't see it yet, there are no windows in this cargo hold, but you hear the ship moving.
For Kevin, he's immediately assaulted by the senses of just being just being on a ship itself. This is the first time that Kevin in his entire life has been out of country, has been out of land, and through the senses of a kindred, one who has heightened awareness on sight, on sound, on smell, on just feeling the movement, that idea of being on a ship and being static, and that at the same time you're constantly moving. It's discombobulating to him. So he takes a couple of minutes just to kind of stand there. Just if someone was to look in, it would be quite awkward. It's just Kevin Morse is just standing there, stoic, stock still, allowing his body and his senses to kind of calibrate to what's going around him, and it takes him a minute before he realizes that he actually should be checking to see if anyone is around. And he finally takes a moment to scan as best he can through the darkness to make sure that he is indeed alone and safe.
You hear the sounds of machinery moving things about. Like, almost like a crane, almost. But you don't see anyone.
He just is kind of like almost shaking metaphorical cobwebs loose. He just mutters under his breath, "Oh, I fucking hate ships." And he starts to move around and searches for some semblance of an exit. He was told, obviously, he was told to not leave the... does he get the feeling that we are still moving?
Yes.
So he was obviously told not to leave the ship, but if he has a good sense that it is indeed night, he feels a compulsion to walk about, to go walkabouts, as it were. And he can't help himself. It's in his nature. He can't stay still. He can't kind of stay static in the way that the ship would. He has to keep moving. So he'll look for an exit out.
And as you make your way up to the top deck, you can see a fog starting to roll in with the ship. And as you look at the ship across from you, with your heightened senses, your ability to see things and perceive things better than others, you'll see that the ship has bloodied bodies on its deck. Something on there is killing the passengers.
Is anyone else on the top deck of his own ship at this point, or does he find himself alone?
You do find yourself alone. Everyone else is either sleeping, though occasionally you do see flashlights move about.
Kevin, like, he feels the second skin that is his leather jacket, and he just kind of readjusts it, and he looks around and he kind of peers over the edge, and just takes a moment to watch the waves kind of crashing against both ships. And he takes a second, he looks around to make sure nobody is watching and nobody is kind of has a view of what he's about to do. And he's going to try one of his disciplines, believe it or not. He's gonna attempt a soaring leap to get from one ship to the other in one swift adept sail across.
I'm not gonna have you roll for it because this is role play tonight and not role play tonight.
Well,
and missing
it looks
this
cool.
jump would be bad. It looks amazing. I'm pretty sure you even do like the superhero landing at the end. It's that cool.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Because no one's watching, so he can do it.
No one's watching, so no one can do it. So no one will notice.
I've always wanted to do that.
And you'll see that as you do the superhero landing, Scarlett Johansson. You got that leg out. You start to hear scratching noises and creaking noises from beneath whatever deck top this is.
He instinctually reaches under his inside his coat to where his shoulder holster would be. Does he still have his handgun safely stowed away at this point? And instinctually, training is going to kick in. And despite being a kindred, it's still something that, not for nothing at least, gives him a sense of calm, as problematic as that might be. And he pulls out the weapon and he holds it down, and he starts the process of sweeping this ship, looking and keeping an eye out for any sign of movement, because he feels this space to be one of decay and death and silence, and that bothers him, because it has not been 2 minutes since he has apparently left the country that he's already met with problems. So he's gonna take his time, and he's gonna search every inch of that ship.
And as you continue to search the inches of the ship, you start off at the first floor. This seems to be a cargo ship that was set to carry pristine artwork and artifacts from overseas. You see different fragile labels. There's a lot of fragile labels, a ton of fragile labels everywhere. Every box, every shipping container seems to have a fragile logo plastered right on it, except for one, which is simply just a golden rectangular box of sorts with different patterns etched around it.
Huh. Until he'll kind of scratch his upper lip, readjusts his shoulders, and he'll start moving cautiously towards this package that immediately catches his eye. And he'll kind of, while keeping one hand on his gun, almost training forward on this thing, because he has been trained to search for anomalies, and anomalies generally aren't coincidence. And he'll go to this particular package and he'll inspect what it is. He'll carefully pull it apart.
You do realize very quickly as you walk up to this that is about the size of a person. And touching the markings around it, they are engraved in it. And trying to open it, you realize you can't. It's stuck, or locked, or stuck and locked. It is what looks to be a sarcophagus.
Does he recognize any of these markings, or do they look completely foreign?
What's your history background like?
Oh, I mean, through Kindred Society, he's fairly recent. At this point, he's probably only been a member of Kindred Society for the better part of a single year. So he has knowledge of the Camarilla, and he has a basic understanding of the different clans. But other than that, it's kind of piecemeal on what he would know and what he would understand genuinely.
I would say that with your knowledge, just roll me. I said the role play, but
this is role play now.
Intelligent. I know. Just roll me an intelligence and academics.
Okay. Okay. With one hunger, or we just
one hunger.
Great. Let's do it. This is a shocking 2 die. That is a singular success, Michelle.
You could tell that its origins would probably be, I would say close to European, but not exactly European, Mediterranean, or Mesopotamian.
La Sombra? Okay. Kevin's immediately suspicious, because he has had a run-in with a La Sombra, and that's like the only kind of experience he's had. And he immediately thinks, is this the person that was following him? And he kind of, now he starts to realize that he spent a lot of time focusing on this one box and not kind of paying attention to his surroundings and what's around him. And he immediately starts, whether it's just kind of put upon him or whether it has any truth to it, he starts to feel like he's being watched. And he starts to get somewhat paranoid. Again, how coincidental can this actually be? And he'll leave it for now and he'll continue searching the ship. Unless it looks like it's been tampered with or anything, he knows that he's not going to mess with this particular box and he'll continue on.
You will start to notice that there is a bit of blood splatter on it.
Well, phenomenal.
But there's no bodies nearby, it's like within like blood splatter distance.
And then he'll, against his better judgment, he'll take a couple of steps back, his eyes still on the box. All right, then, get the fuck out here. Come on, let's get it over with. What do you got? He's trying to be as loud as possible, but still maintain that commanding presence.
Who are you?
Oh fuck. I'm Kevin. Who are you?
Hi, Kevin. We don't really have a name, but we are very interested in the box and would appreciate it if you weren't near the box.
Well, I have several questions. Number one, you say we. Is there more than one of you here? And number two, is this box fucking dangerous?
Yes.
To both?
Yes.
Fan-bloody-tastic. All right. I was wondering if it'd be all right if there was a way that I could lay eyes on you. You know, I'm kind of talking into the darkness. I feel like a bit of a headless chicken at the moment. So if you wouldn't mind just presenting yourself, I'd be much obliged, if that is at all possible.
The Primogen said don't be seen.
Well, the Primogen's not here at the moment, are they?
You are right, the Primogen's not here. And appearing right next to you
Oh, fuck.
is this really like medium height woman with dark brown hair and 2 pigtails wearing a rather revealing outfit.
Oh! Hello.
Hi.
And he kind of, he looks past her. He feels that he's just like, yes, my name's Kevin. Who may I call you? Name, hello.
Oh yeah, no, I wish I had one of those.
What do you feel acceptable me referring to you as then? Yes.
Hey, you over there tends to work nicely from time to time.
All right. Hey, you. Listen.
Hey, you.
I'm on there's another ship, right? I'm not sure if you're aware, there's another ship just next to you that we've just, you're aware you're on a ship, yes?
Yep.
Great, good start. Right, so upstairs, there's a lot of funny business going on, you know, I don't know if you saw it, blood, viscera, like just general death and decay, and it's kind of my job to figure out why these things happen and what's going on, and so I'm a bit lost at the moment. Would you be able to help me out?
Oh, you're wondering about the bodies.
Yes.
There are no more bodies anymore.
Okay. And why is that?
Bodies don't like the ocean very well.
Right, sorry, you're gonna have to talk to me as if I'm about 5, because I may as well be. Why is
Buddies
there...
don't like the ocean very well. Oh, like you're 5.
Look, I kind of had that coming. Yes, treat me as if I have half a brain and you need to speak slowly and carefully, because all this fuckery is a little bit new to me. So, there's a lot of death up there, and I'd like to know why that is, why it's on the top of the ship, and why you're here.
Well, people at top of ship weren't supposed to see me at top of ship, so they can't see me if they're in the ocean.
Oh, okay. So it's that moment that Kevin kind of realizes he's in the presence of one who has no problem murdering others. And that never, ever gets better to deal with. And he's like kind of very aware that he's 5 feet away from this person and he has a gun, which he realizes how insignificant generally a gun is now. And so it's just kind of reassess. Okay, and why are you not allowed to be seen?
I was told this was a stealthy mission, and I did it without being seen.
Right, this you're not allowed to be seen. What's this what's this little mission that you have to embark upon?
Figure out the box.
Oh, that one over there, the freaky looking one.
Yeah.
And I noticed there was a strange kind of like markings or runes or something. I can't figure them out. Do you know what they are?
No.
And have you tried opening it?
No.
See, because that's kind of my first impulse, but I'm getting the sense that maybe that's a fucking stupid thing to do.
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's locked, isn't it? Usually things are locked to either keep people from getting in or to keep things from coming out. Like you or me, we're not locked, so it's safe to say maybe we're to be trusted. But if this thing is locked up, why do you think that might be?
I don't know, but the Primogen was interested in the box.
And which Primogen would this be?
Why, Primogen LaCroix, of course.
Where's what area does Primogen LaCroix look after?
From his tower, he sees a lot of places.
Kevin at this point has absolutely no fucking idea what she's talking about. Tower, right? And this tower would be where?
San Francisco.
Oh, funny you mention that. That's in what's it? It's California, right? That's exactly where I'm heading. Yep, that's right. I'm heading to California. Do you believe in coincidences, hey you, or do you reckon there's a bit of meaning towards this meeting? It's almost how do they say it? Meant to be, right?
I don't know. Were events scripted to be like this, or is it simply just a matter of state of being based on the current circumstances of our lives right now?
Well, I'm not much of a theater goer, so I have to assume it's the second.
Well then, Kevin, I think I'm going to take my box. But unfortunately, I was told that I wasn't allowed to be seen.
Well,
Yep.
What if I didn't see you?
What if I didn't see you not seeing me?
Well, then there's nothing to be seen or done or spoken about, is there?
Right. Like a secret.
Yes, like one of those things. You know, sometimes secrets are bad, but in this particular case, I think secrets are good and work out for the betterment of everyone involved in this particular current situation that we find ourselves in.
Do you want to know a secret?
Yep, absolutely. Lay it on me, hey you.
Okay, it's a good one. It's a good one.
All right, I'm all ears. Ears are open, perked and ready.
I see dead people.
Ah. Do you see them now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And what are they doing?
Talking to me.
Ah. Are they saying anything about me?
What do you think they're saying about you?
Oh, I reckon they think I'm a top bloke. Would I be right?
They think you're a top bloke.
Ah. I think I like these dead people of yours. They seem a-okay to me.
Do you think you're a-okay?
I'm Kevin. I have to be.
Okay, so they think you're Kevin.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. I'm on board. I understand. Look, what I was thinking at this point, like it's been lovely. It's been nice, you know. But I've got a ship to catch, and you've got a box to. Well, you've caught it now.
I've got a ship to sink.
Yes. And I didn't hear that. I didn't know about it. In fact, I didn't even see you. I was on my ship.
Okay. Count of 3. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me know when you open your eyes.
And he'll give it like a couple of seconds, just assuming that he's going to be eviscerated in some way, shape, or form. And about 5 seconds pass, and he just kind of allows one eye to open up.
She's not there anymore.
Oh, thank fuck. Is the box there?
The box is still there.
Okay. He's not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. He is going to put his gun back in his holster, just kind of like put his hands up as if to say, I'm going, I'm out, until, still eyeing off the box, he'll eventually make his way topside, past the blood, past the kind of the entrails and the smell of death and decay. And he'll turn himself to the boat, try his best to ignore it, because that's what he wants to do. This is the shit he wants to avoid. This is what he wants to ignore. It didn't happen. And he'll make his way back onto his own ship.
Mm-hmm. And
hopefully.
as you sneak your way back, you see a figure of a young woman with hair and 2 pigtails jumping off the bow of that ship into the ocean below.
And he just whispers, "Nice to meet you, hey you." And he'll try and shake that off, and he'll head back.
And the rest of your trip is without incident. Eventually, when you do hit port, there's news reports of a ship having docked in San Francisco, with all of the crewmates murdered on the ship. All that was left is the blood, the smell of decay, rolling into San Francisco. There's no reports of any woman, though occasionally, after you make it past local officials, sometimes you see someone you could have sworn looked just like that person from the ship, but you'd look again and they were gone.
think I imagine that as well. One of the first places Kevin heads towards is LA, and it immediately rattles him. It rattles him and it frustrates him, because Kindred are fast, but they're not that fast, and they cannot be in several places at once. But he also knows that these things kind of don't happen like in a box, in an isolated, like these things happen for a reason, and he's learned not to discount. It's that reconciling between the world that he knew and the world that he's in, and he still finds himself trying to navigate it, but he can't help but maintain now that doesn't matter where he goes, America is the same as Australia, is the same as everywhere else, and death is going to follow him.
And death sure does, for no mortal officials could figure out what caused the death of everyone on board that ship. Though you do hear rumors that the bloody prints left on the sarcophagus make it look like it was opened from the inside.
Yep. So that, and that's of note to him, that sarcophagus made it to port, but they've obviously found nothing inside.
It has not been opened.
It has not been opened.
But it looks like it had been previously been opened from the inside.
Huh. And also Kevin starts to immediately wonder, was that person the person? Did he meet the person that was inside the sarcophagus? Was he can't help but entertain that angle as well. And to the best of the ability again, he will insist on forgetting about it, on pretending. He'll still get those reports. He'll still, every time he sees this person, every time he hears whispers of this, he tries to just kind of let it reside in the back of his brain, just kind of push it back so it becomes a dull ache, something that kind of throbs from time to time, but he pays no notice.
At one point during your stay in Los Angeles, a note is slid under your door. This is just an offhanded remark. And it simply just says, "Thank you for helping me move the pieces on the board. Now things will be different this time around." And it's made out of like little newspaper cuttings and magazine cutouts. It's like a ransom note, only like at the end it's signed with a little heart.
And he immediately gets a worrying, disturbing feeling in the pit of his stomach that he has enabled something that he most likely shouldn't have. And it becomes a practice thing of weighing up, personal responsibility against what is actually capable of being achieved. He's found himself in many predicaments where he's in over his head. What use is your morals and ethics against a prince or an elder that can make you do what they want with a snap of a finger? Your personal thoughts on the matter become irrelevant at that point, so he tries to avoid those at all cost. If he avoids it, or if he puts his head down and moves forward, then he can't be touched. And that's the goal.
And as you're enjoying your non-denominable Big Mac in the back of the car, first thing you've eaten since your embrace that wasn't blood.
Over a year.
And over a year. And as you think back on these moments that seem innocuous at first, the rumors of the end times, of things coming in of signs, you do realize now at this point that they seem to hold some sort of strange connection to the day that you arrived.
That's so endlessly frustrating. That is not fair. That is not like it's the whole point was to go on a little holiday, go on a vacation, and that's the problem is those like literally as this person said, the pieces on the board being shifted. They arrived in San Francisco. He is in San Francisco. Shit has metaphorically and probably literally hit the fan. Like stuff is going awry, and it coincides with himself and Ron coming into the city, and he finds himself embroiled once again with stuff that he realizes is kind of outside of his expertise, but also simultaneously inside. From a human perspective, this is exactly what he was meant to do. From a kindred perspective, he is smart enough to know that he's often working way above his pay grade.
I'm picturing you like muttering this into like the folds of your Big Mac, like
fucking San Francisco and a woman in a fucking kindred society, whatever. Just nom away.
And last but not least, Ron.
Yes.
The humidity is hot in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, I hate it.
I know, I'm giving you your own personal. This is Michelle giving you your own personal style now.
Yes. Now you're doing this to me and the character. I love it.
The humidity clings to your skin if possible, but you're cold. Everything feels warm to you, so this is just that little bit of intensity.
Yeah. Ron is currently the kabuki mask that you currently see him in. He does not have it at this point. He is a crocodilian-like jaw. He has learned more about his discipline of obfuscate from a woman who does not want to ever meet again, named Junko in New York. But he took the advice, and he's like, okay, I'm going to be invisible. And he does not get hungry.
And as Ron, as you're obfuscated in Phoenix, what is your goal while you are in Phoenix?
While I'm in Phoenix, I need to look for some resources in order to get all the way to bloody Los Angeles. So I'm gonna look for some resources. So, like, say, gangsters, look for, like, say, where they're keeping their money and crap and steal off them.
And so, as you are venturing towards the streets of Phoenix, Arizona in Kindred society is very, very, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Mexican border, which things in Mexico aren't doing well for Kindred society, as they know it. Sabat have kind of been taking their fun out of Mexico. Camarilla have tried to stage efforts to take things back, but have been unsuccessful. Being a hop, skip, and a jump away from the chaos and the war that's taking place down there, it does give the Kindred plenty of time to take opportunity. Various means of earning money while in Phoenix, especially if you're looking towards the illegal route. You do hear word of someone looking for a courier, someone to transport a package across the border into the Sabat territory.
Would I, if I were to take this job, actually, with my intellect, would I pertain more on what kind of package this is?
Unfortunately, with your intellect, you won't be able to tell without opening a parcel or engaging in a conversation.
I am not risking that. I am not risking that kind of deal because I am not going across the border. I'm trying to get to Los Angeles. So I basically ignore that, and I'm going to search for gangster-related hideaways where they store money or that kind of deal. So I could just get cash and get out.
You would know that the listing is from somebody with connections to the local crime scene. And you might be able to gain more information through a meeting with them, even if you don't take them up on the job.
Okay. I'm going to grab a bandana, tie it around my face so my crocodilian like jaw does not be, when I'm obfuscated and when I meet with them, they do not see this and they do not freak out. And Ron is a tall individual. He's 6'2", and he, even though there's people who tower above him in certain aspects, he is a behemoth. He does show that physical body, and he is going to go and meet this individual then.
And as you go in and you mention the listing, but you mention the fact that you want to meet with him to see if he can provide services in another way.
Yep.
You do meet up with someone who says they're a representative of the person you're looking for. You're not able to meet the man right up front. They do just like, hey, we gotta pat you down, make sure you're not wearing a wire.
Yeah, when they pat me down, they basically feel my body, they feel like my intense muscles, but if they were to accidentally touch my skin, they would feel sort of like a scale to it.
Humidity got you down. Humidity got your skin so dried up. You gotta get some of that lotion on there.
No, it's more crocodilian-like skin.
Yeah, no, that's some real crocodile elbow you've got there. They are thoroughly convinced you just have a really bad moisturizing problem. Because to find the truth would terrify them.
Oh yeah, it would terrify them. And I directly say, have you ever been to Alistade Club in New York?
Can't say that I have there, pal.
Well, if you see a woman named Junko, tell her Ron does never want to see her again.
Don't know why I'd be traveling to New York there, pal.
Oh, it's just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, what kind of services do you require? And
the two people who are patting you down do let you walk forward, and you're speaking with a taller set gentleman, completely clean shaven, head to toe as far as you can tell, who's just like, so you're not interested in getting anything across the border for me, but I do have a local gig for you. Something a bit more scenic. For contact out in LA who needs some things. Got a van prepared, just need a driver.
Where's the destination?
Just said it, it's in LA.
No, I meant where it. My
the
friend,
van.
The van. Where's the destination of the van going?
The van is leaving here and heading to LA.
What is its contents?
Do you need to know?
Yes, I need to know in case someone tries to fuck me over.
The contents of the vehicle is a customer commission.
That's all I need to know. And what is your name, sir?
People around here just call me boss, chief, pal. But he does hand over a business card, and it does have his name on it. It's a name from your backstory that I'm having a hard time pronouncing, which is why I've been vehemently avoiding it.
Oh, Big Mick.
Big Mick.
Yeah. Sorry for the misspelling. I have, us with autism.
Well, no, I'm just having a hard time of I have
It's
a hard
either
time
Big.
with pronunciation.
It's either Big Mick or Big Mitch.
Yeah, I was trying to remember because I was going off of auditory.
Okay. Yeah. He's. I put it in.
People here call me Big Mick.
Okay, Big Mick. We'll see how that goes. I'll make sure it gets to its destination. But I need to ask, how much does it pay?
Little lady over at the destination will pay you the cost. To run that money back to me. It's got your cut in it too.
Okay. But let me say this, and I do a little slight with the mask and show him. And I will do an intimidation roll on him.
You may certainly try.
Okay, and with my Nosferatu disformity, it is scary, so can I get a bonus 2 dice on that?
Let me double check. Didn't expect anyone to be making rolls today, so I didn't prepare any of my books. Well, I will give you 1 die just because off the top of my head, I don't have my books on me because I was...
Okay. I roll. That's a crit.
Okay. As far as you're aware, he doesn't seem phased, which means that if he's intimidated, he's doing very good at hiding it.
Yeah, which was 5, so... Yeah. Even though he saw the slight, I'm like...
Yep. If he is intimidated, you can't tell. Which either means that he's very good at subterfuge, or he's very composed. You can't tell.
Yeah.
And he's just like, they got a lotion for that, right?
I was showing him my teeth.
Well, he was paying attention to the scaly scales. But they got a lotion for that, right?
Lotion? Let me just say lotion does not always help. But anyway, direct me to where the van is, and I will get it there.
He gestures for 2 of his men to lead you to where the van is. They do eventually hand you the keys. They don't explain anything else to you. It's almost as if they vehemently, just doing what they can.
Okay. He directly just gets in the van, turns it on. By the way, his dexterity is all he got. He only has a learner's permit. So he makes sure that one of the guards comes with him.
They refuse.
Okay. Well, next time you refuse, that's on your head. Anyway, he gets in, he drives. He does a good job at the stoplights, does good to get there. And when he gets to LA, that's when he starts having difficulties.
The GPS does lead you to this brownish black looking Victorian almost like manor with a huge tree growing out of the back, covered in white bark.
Oh, fuck.
This woman comes out with bright hair, it's growing long, and a very tight corset and a really long skirt. And she's like, "Oh yes, dear, did Big Mitch send you?"
Mm-hmm. It's in the back, ma'am.
Good. She does go to the back, opens up the back and looks at it. So everything seems to be in order. 2 men come out behind her and start unloading the vehicle. She takes one look at you, looks at the vehicle, looks at you. Didn't know Big Mitch employed Kindred.
Let's just say I'm desperate.
Oh, is that so? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Lilith. I run this house.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Ron.
Indeed. I do suppose that this is sufficient enough for payment. She snaps her fingers, and a person wearing a robe actually comes out with a little case. And they hand it to you. Tell Big Mitch that everything is in there. I'm really excited to see what this is. It's so nice to finally have my armory up and running.
Whatever the customer gets, he delivers. Anyway, ma'am, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I need to get back to Phoenix.
May the Dark Mother smile upon your journey.
He does his hat, and he directly goes with his hood, sorry, and pulls back in a somewhat bad manner, but then goes and drives all the way back to Phoenix.
So you do not take the money and run.
Oh no, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm smarter than I am. I'm just came back there to get my cut, and then making sure that nothing happens.
With a business transaction that goes rather smoothly for you and Big Mick, he gives you your fair share. And he's like, yeah, I might have to keep your number.
Okay. As he basically... Does Ron notice anything in this, like, overall space?
It's like, it has like, I forgot, it's got like metal fences that sort of like the baseball grid fences around. It has a few places where people are right now, like they're throwing axes and daggers at targets right now, just having fun. They're having fun, having a few brewskis.
Okay.
You see that Big Mick is currently having some cases moved around. You can tell that this is now what his main specialty is. You can tell his main specialty right now is custom firearms. And so, but no, it like as opposed to like seeing anything in this space, it just seems like a normal.
Okay. Yeah. Ron will say, pleasure doing business with you. And he does not leave him his number. He directly walks. And if he wants to, stop him, he can.
If you decide to leave without leaving your number, that will be 100% up to you.
Yeah, I don't leave my number. I just walk.
And he's just like, Hey, you two, you need to move that case over there like he goes about his business. And he just walked away. He walked away so hard his camera cut off. He walked away so hard his camera cut off, and that's my headcanon now. Obfuscate in real life.
Oh my god, he obfuscated. He's gone!
He's gone! He rolled so hard as Nosferatu. Wait.
Cloak of Shadows activate.
He rolled so hard the camera didn't pick him up anymore.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Clearly he doesn't have Ghost in the Machine.
I don't know what to do right now.
See.
It's
Okay.
Steve all along. Steve has been.
Hey, are you back? Did the Second Inquisition get you?
No, apparently the La Sombra from Reyna's game from Wednesday apparently are interfering with my connection, so that's what's happening.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you have a very uneventful trip back to LA. Big
Okay.
Mick does seem very disappointed in the fact that but he understands. He gave you a one-time mission. He's disappointed in the fact that you didn't leave his number, but he will live. Big Mick will find other drivers.
Yeah. Ron, since this is kind of a little bit of a retcon now, with that card, he does have Big Mick's number.
Yep.
And he directly says, "Well, that was a good business, Big Mick. But I don't like someone who does guns for fun." So he's beginning to plot Big Mick's demise. But for now, he will just let him be, do his business. And when he gets to LA, he just... Actually, what part in LA am I in?
I would say arriving from Phoenix. I would say you're pretty close to like the Griffith Park area. Although Griffith Park is huge, it's massive. I've only been to LA once in person. This is Michelle going off of muscle memory.
Okay, so I am in basically the valley.
Yeah, basically the valley.
Ron is going to look for a shop because he knows that this bandana could fall out any moment. And he's literally, okay, where did I have that?
He's picking up his mask. This is the origin story of the mask. You do find a store that sells like those like umbrella swords and kabuki masks and paper fans and paper umbrellas and anime wall scrolls, and you find the tourist.
He's going to do that, but he also has a little thing for, let's just say, the occult.
There are various places you could visit that quote unquote do the occult, but for any legitimate occult needs, that would have to be something handled separately.
I think
there's no stop and shop for your occult needs.
Yeah. When he gets the kabuki mask, he directly gives the person, "Here you go." He doesn't take the receipt. He just goes out, puts it on, and he's directly going to look around the valley to find a shop. And I'm going to obfuscate again. I get hungrier. I'm now at 2.
Hunger is not really a matter of concern for this.
Okay.
It's so you wanted to try. You're attempting to find a shop. What type of shop?
A shop that is open late at night and is very mysterious. and it looks occulty.
Like I said before, trying to find something occulty within the LA area would have to be done as something separate for us. This is Michelle's a storyteller.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's just say he finds it, grabs what he gets out.
Well, it depends because I don't know what you're looking for. That's why I have to treat this separately. Because if I'm introducing a different occult thing.
Okay.
If I'm introducing a different occult thing, me as a Michelle needs to make sure that it's something within the guidelines of what I have in mind.
Let's just say something that revolves around sorcery, and that's it.
I will need to approve this if we're gonna do some time travel. Otherwise, the mages will get all on this.
Okay, just something about like say mythology, that kind of deal. Then
I can say that you do find a library that is able to source you a book about mythology.
Okay.
The book has no inherent properties to it. It is not a magical book, but it is a book penned and retrieved to you by a kindred. A kindred was able to get you a book on the occult while you were in LA, but it's based upon mythology, but it has to be of a specific region.
Let's say Scandinavia.
You get a book on Scandinavian mythology that you now have in your inventory. No more paradox.
Okay, I just as the player here, I just wanted to at least try a little bit, but since it would evolve around a paradox, let's move behind it.
I'm trying to avoid paradoxing right now because it's like, why didn't you use this object while you were in here?
Yeah. At least I tried.
I appreciate the effort, but I'm trying to avoid paradox because mages, I don't want the technocracy all up in this business. By the way, I believe there's some new technocracy book coming out soon from Onyx Path. Actually, it's a new M20 book I heard about. Regardless.
Oh, damn. Okay, he reads about it. He just okay, and I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna go and find some homeless people to eat off.
It's very easy for you to find some. Extremely easy. I'm not even, no rolls.
Oh, yeah.
So, eventually, as you are making your way through LA, you do hear whispers and rumors about what happened in the port of San Francisco. A ship arriving with no passengers, no bodies, and a bloody sarcophagus. You start to hear whispers of new kindred arriving in the California region. You hear rumors of the Anarchs. You hear rumors of the Sabbat, but
he has no idea what these terms are. He just yeah, okay. I do. I think because of his feeding, he would get in trouble.
It's actually kind of tragic, but it wouldn't. It's kind of tragic, but it wouldn't. God, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah, I think because I'm an outside kindred. And
but unfortunately, kindred passed through here.
Okay. I'm just trying to line out what me and Kevin do, so that's why.
I'm trying to too.
Okay.
I'm trying to push you guys in the same directions.
Okay, push me in the direction.
Okay. So, eventually, Ron, you do meet this woman who seems to be strangely fashioned, who's just like, oh, you're Ron.
Who are you?
Oh, have we not met yet? Oh, we haven't met yet. Ooh, this might be bad. This could be bad. I'm Lizzie. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, God damn it. Hi, Lizzie. I'm Ron.
Hi, Ron. Good. We're not out of sync. That would be bad. So, hi. I had a feeling you would be here, and I'm right 30% of the time.
you just hear him go, okay.
I know what you're about to say.
Are you a vampire too?
Yeah, I knew you were about to say that.
Fucking. What kind of. Stop it! Are you just messing with me, girl?
Yes, and no, and yes.
Ron is having an anxiety attack going.
You don't need to breathe. You're a kindred. You don't need to breathe.
What the fuck is a kindred?
What the fuck do you mean you don't know what the fuck a kindred means?
I've been on the run for 6 months. I left my sire for when I was
We're in this one. Cool. I'm gonna introduce you to someone. He's pretty cool. You haven't met him yet. I haven't met him yet, but he's pretty cool. At least the other voices say he's pretty cool. He thinks he's like a totally nice bloke. Okay, and she's just gonna start pushing you.
Okay, and he just...
Oh, wait, okay, I need you to stand right here.
Where am I?
Currently in the middle of traffic.
What?
And here he comes now. And Kevin, this is how you run into Ron. By running into Ron.
Fantastic. I have a very important question. When you say run into Ron, is it the kindred running into him, or am I behind a wheel of some description?
You get to pick.
Kevin has, just as a backstory thing, Kevin is an adept driver. It's one of my biggest skills. There is no chance he is not behind the wheel of a car during this moment.
So you run into Ron.
And he goes, Mom! And you...
I could have sworn he would have been driving a motorcycle in this one.
And you see him being flung through the building.
It's not that far. I wouldn't say you were flown through a building, but she does just go. 10 meters. I do not understand European measurements, though.
Holy!
And you directly hear, ow! Oh, God damn it, it hurts! Fucking Christ!
Kevin will immediately stop in the middle of the road. He'll step out and he'll kind of just get this sight before him of this of his woman. He doesn't. Lily, did you say?
Lizzie.
The
same person from the party who introduced the four of you together.
Yeah. He sees Lizzie, sees this other person on the floor. It's kind of getting a pretty innate sense that the fact that this person is still in one piece means it's probably another kindred. Goes, I just can't catch a break, can I? Right.
No.
Oh, why, you crazy woman? Why would you put me through that?
Because it was a 30% chance he didn't hit you. I was wrong.
30% chance, my ass. Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Hello there. G'day. Who are you? 30%? What?
Hi, I'm Lizzie. I'm right 30% of the time.
Right. And so this here was meant to happen, or I'm sorry, I need a bit of catching up at the moment.
She's nothing more than a crazy bitch. I'm sorry.
I take offense to that word.
I'm sorry.
Not crazy.
He'll
I directly apologize, Lizzie. I'm just in extreme, utter pain, and you can see a rib just pushing out at this moment.
I think Kevin will come up and he'll say to Lizzie as he's kind of trying to help the fallen Ron up to his feet and says, "Look, maybe I think there's a bit we need to chat about. Maybe out here in the middle of the road. I'm still getting used to being on the other side of the road, mind you. But out here is probably not the best place to do this."
Oh, this is the timeline where America drives on the right side of the road.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. I'll roll with it. Perhaps we do this elsewhere. Does that sound good? Does that sound reasonable? I just feel things can go pretty south pretty quick if we continue here.
This is gonna be fun.
Great.
Hey Ron, you wanna do me a favor?
What?
I want you to count to 3 for me.
1, 2, 3.
And before you say 3, she does this on 2. Better?
Oh,
It's better when you do it on 2.
I've never seen it up close and personal before.
Thank you!
Hi, I'm Lizzie. I'm from Clan Malkavian, and I've been sent by the network to find you two.
Right, the network being...
Oh, it's a secret society. Members only.
I'm getting a lot of secrets lately. Right, okay, cool. And what, sorry. And he looks over at Ron and says, "Sorry, and your name would be, mate?"
It's Ron!
Right, so Ron, Kevin, we're the 2 people you're looking for. Is there a particular reason for that?
Oh, first of all, and cut everybody, that was great, that's a wrap, that is so perfect, everyone. I just need and she just turns around, I need everyone to sign these release forms for the new action film coming out soon. Look at those special effects. Weren't those special effects great, everybody? Play along.
Yeah, those special effects were awesome!
Play along, everyone.
Kevin will clap, but he's still got a measure of a perplexed look on his face. It takes a moment, and he goes, "Oh yes, Malkavian, but also smart."
And she actually pulls out like some NDA forms for people to sign. They're like, "Oh yeah, it was like this is for Pistol Susan's new music video."
Okay.
It's called "Crash Into Your Heart."
Yeah.
You can't. Ron can't help but laugh from that, and he's going to.
Everyone's okay. It's all stunt work. We're all stunt work here. We had to get the live action. Yes, all the permits are okay. Yes, thank you.
Should we perhaps take our lunch break now that we?
Yes, our union mandated lunch break.
Yes, that would be absolutely fucking fantastic. Yeah, yes. Let's do that.
Ron just directly says, "Susan, can we talk, please?"
My name's Lizzie, not Susan.
Sorry. I just.
You have a problem with names. Well, we get that in the future a lot.
All right.
How far in the future?
Very soon.
Can we do this away from the road, please?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Get me in the van.
Hi. Okay, cool. And she actually just put you in the van, and she's like, "Hi, Kevin. Your friends from across the pond sent me here."
They sent you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they sent me a text message to send me here.
And what exactly is it that they're wanting with you and me here? I figured the whole reason I was here was just to sail coast through.
Yeah, to get away from all the shit that's happening across. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What are you talking about?
You need to get this one up to speed very quickly.
On
the entire being a kindred thing. They don't even know what the K word is.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I know, right?
So now?
I mean, wait like 20 minutes for their body to stop hurting, and then we're good.
All right. Ron, was it? Right. Look, for the time being, there is a lot that is not going to make a lick of sense. That's fine. My first piece of advice is just to roll with it. Roll with the punches, so to speak. It's my way of saying there's going to be a lot of weird shit, chief of which is I just ran you over with a car and you seem to be alive and well. Alive is a loose term, but we'll get to that in time. Basically, we may say some things that don't quite make a lot of sense. It will soon. Just be patient. Sound good, mate?
Okay, brother.
Right. Okay.
Let me just say this. I know I'm a fucking vampire. I know I'm undead. My sire taught me this before I escaped from him at 2 weeks old.
Okay. Well, then, all I can let you know to begin with is vampire. Consider that some of that like Stephanie Meyer shit. Like the actual term that we use is kindred. I know it's weird. It's funny. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue like vampire, but kindred's the one we use. Also, don't use that word around anyone else besides other people like us. Otherwise, stuff goes south. It's not good for anyone really.
You could be in the timeline with like the bat people.
All right, I need to address that. Sorry, you've mentioned a bit now about timelines and stuff like that.
She's a seer.
I unfortunately can see things, but only see things from other timelines.
Okay, is that...
I see things that can't happen.
So you can basically see like, let me get the analogy right, like the bloody Infinity War from Marvel.
Yes.
Like Doctor Strange, who can see into multiple different timelines.
Yes, and it sometimes overlaps, so when I try to see correctly, it's a higher % chance that I'm wrong than right.
And if you said that the this network of people was searching for us, has that got something to do with some sort of future or premonition or whatever that you're seeing for us? I'm just trying to put two and two together at the moment.
Well, they always say that when a stranger rolls in, that interesting things happen.
Huh.
And there are 4 of you.
No, there's 2 of us.
Let me guess. Some 2 that we will meet far into the future.
I don't know.
Okay, let me say this, Lizzie. 1, I forgive you for the timeline bullfuckery. 2, I'm now starting to like you because this is opening my eyes to whole different perspectives. And 3, I am sorry, Kevin, she put you through this.
As I said, mate, at this point, I feel we just need to roll with it. And he turns over to Lizzie again. Am I assuming there's some place we need to be? Because, and they are driving along at this point. Right.
Not for a while. You're allowed to do whatever it is you want for the time being. At least until things catch up.
Lizzie? Where should we go, though? Not now. You said not now. But what place?
I don't know. I won't know until I'm there.
Well, isn't that cryptic or what? And, oh, thank God that rib doesn't hurt anymore. And he just you hear it go, ugh!
Told you, 20 minutes.
Oh, God, that feels better.
See?
Look, I can't speak to any sort of, future business or any sort of things that can be foretold, but all I know is that I've got a little bit of a business here off in San Francisco. So I don't know if that messes with any plans that you've got or whatever, but that's pretty much the crux of my reason going forth. That's all I've got ahead. So if you 2 want to go as well, that's fine. But that's kind of where I find myself.
Well, let me just say this, brother. I have nothing. I am alone. I have basically, let's just say, I almost thought about screwing over a gangster. And I said, fuck it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to screw him over. And I'm like trying to redefine myself. And I think I have.
If you're offering to be an Uber, San Francisco it is! Let's go! City of the Saint!
Credits.
Credits. And that's actually what we're gonna call it.
Okay.
Everything rolls back around.
Yeah, I literally thought, like, okay, should I just screw over Big Mick or plot to destroy him later?
I left you a lot of chances to do.
Yeah, you left me a lot of chances, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna plot to destroy him later. Plus, who knows, maybe we can get some guns off him.
So, thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of City of the Saint. This one's called the Flashback episode. That's the name of the episode now. Flashback episode. At some point, I do hope to do a separate one-on-one flashback with Antonetta and Carolina to talk about a particular event in their shared lives. That is something I can't wait to touch base on because it's exciting. But we're gonna have to sit up for another time because we are out of time for today. I believe so. Yep. My name is Michelle C. Light. The C stands for Can't Get Enough of This Content. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle C. Light, where you can hear me ramble about things and talk about my Alice and Bella fanfiction for Twilight, because those two deserved to be the couple and not Edward.
And I have been Sean playing Kevin Morse. You can find me at Sean Means John on Twitter. Otherwise, you can find my podcast Roll to Cast, ROLE, where we do tabletop role-playing games. It has been an absolute pleasure. I love role-play-centric episodes, and this has been a blast. So thank you, Michelle, and thank you to all of you as well.
Hi, I'm Reese, the Northern Shaman. The reason you don't see my mask, I'm having a bit of a sensory overload, but that's okay. You can find me at Northern Shaman. You can find me at Twitter at Reese the Northern Shaman, and you can find me at Instagram. I'm actually starting to diverge into that, so would be seeing Reese the Northern Shaman. So come on by, check out, and we're going to be doing I'm going to try to binge Mass Effect 2 and do the suicide mission in under 5 hours. And I now pass it on.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Beck, and I've been playing Carolina, the Malkavian, of this new coterie, discovering or reliving her sort of embrace moment. It's absolutely wonderful to get everybody's backstories and insights today. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. You can find me on Twitter at ZytePoltergeist, where I rant and rave about certain things, whatever I feel like, and I'm at Zyte_Poltergeist on Twitch, where I play games, run Vampire the Masquerade Chronicles when I feel like it, and just have an all-round good time. So yeah, that's me.
And I am Rena. Once again, I am playing Antonetta Giovanni. And you can check me out on my Twitter. I'm most active there, but I am in all social media. We will be playing Mondays for the subscribers. Once again, we are playing Minecraft on Mondays. The server will be open this Monday. Tuesdays we'll be playing RE Village, and Wednesdays we're playing once again with Becca. Random games. Announcements will be posted on Discord and Twitter as to what games we will be playing. And of course, we have Call of the Abyss every Wednesdays, 7 p.m. PST. It's so confusing. Time zones is amazing.
Now I have a question about that Minecraft server. Is it playing Java or Bedrock?
It's Java. It's in Minecraft realms. So,
ooh, how could I join if I was interested?
I will post it on the subscriber chat and the Discord channel. So if you are sub to my Twitch channel, you will get free access to it and build whatever you want.
Oh wow, that is surely something that I would want to subscribe for.
I would totally subscribe for that.
I don't know how to wink. I'm trying.
You go.
Trying so hard. But yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed City of the Saint. It's been a wonderful, wonderful flashback episode. I'm so glad that I don't have to play a bitchy character today. But yeah.
Just wait till the swimsuit episode. To the beach episode.
The beach episode.
The beach
yes.
episode did me looking
Wait.
like Wednesday Addams wearing really.
What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This has been City of the Saint. We'll see you next week. Bye!